Hi everybody, this is Donnie Vaughn. Hans and Christy, I wanted to show you on your site if you wanted to change the sections of your website that are listed down here, all these sections that are listed here. How do you change the information here? Now, for the sake of this, I would probably recommend us not changing the information here, here, or here. If you ever need us to change that, it wouldn't take long for us to make that change. But as far as the text, we made this so that you can change the information here. Now this can get a little tricky, but that's why the tutorial should help you. This is a combination of text, but also a combination of a little HTML code. But again, that's why we do the video, so you can go back and watch it. So let's take this section here. Now, what we'll do is we'll log into our dashboard. So we're logging into our dashboard. What you want to scroll down to is this appearance. So if it's not checked, check it so it pulls down these options. You want to click on the word widgets. All right, so widgets. See that we're on widgets. Now, this can be a little overwhelming. Just only kind of focus on what we need to focus on. Don't worry about what I just did. That's just don't want to show that. This is what they consider the bottom left. That you see here, the bottom middle, and then this one's the bottom right. And you see all three of these listed right here. So I'm going to click on the X to expose what's in there. Now, what is set up here are these text boxes. Now, not to confuse you too much, but all these are all little widgets that allow you. We could take this RSS thing and put it over here if we wanted to. I could put some of these things these are kind of WordPress type of things, and you could drop and put those in there. But for what we needed, we put just a text box, and a text box is really simply all it is just a blank box, and it allows us to write whatever we want to in there, and that's what we've chosen to write some text as well as some HTML code. I'm trying to remove that. There we go. That's what I want to do. Okay. So here we are. If we're wanting to change this section right down here, the menus section. Now, what we've chosen to do is to do this in two sections. I believe everything from here to right here is one text box, and then this view cake prices is another. We did it that way for spacing purposes. Let me show you what we did. Click the little box, and that opens up this box here. Now again, you don't want to confuse yourself too much, because a lot of this is HTML code. We don't expect you to know HTML code, but I want to show you how you can change something if you wanted to. This top section where it says menus is a image, and that's what's listed right here. That's loaded in there. If we ever wanted to change that, that would be a simple change for us to help you with. Then you can see the words choose from one of the options below. That's just the simple text right here. These are just little page breaks or hard returns that give you this space right here. And now you've got the breakfast menu. So let's say you wanted to add another menu, and this particular menu was, say, a dessert menu. Okay, just throwing it out there. What we would have to do is create the dessert menu and put it in a PDF file, and then load that into our media library so that you would have some way to link over to that, or to link over to the page where that's located at. But if you were to click that, and I don't think my video tutorial is not going to show this, but if you were to hover over, more than likely somewhere on the bottom part of your web browser, it might show you where it's going to link to. And if you were to click this, you can see it links up here to this PDF file directly, and that's what we want to do. So here's how you do that. Right here, going back here to the text widget, you've got right here this href, they call it, and you've got this little thing right there. All that right there is that PDF file. So it's telling you that this is where you want to reference the link over to, and this little target equals blank means that it's going to open up in a new blank window. That's what that little code means. So it would be really easy to make the change and add the dessert menu, put it in a PDF file. You have to put it in the media library so that it gets this kind of URL, because everything you add in the media library automatically gets put into a URL. like this. So this if you did that, it would say, it might say, instead of 2009, it might say 2010. This is the month in which you loaded in the media library. And this is just simply the title of the document. So it might be Swiss Pastry Shop dash dessert dash menu. And that's what we would simply have to put in there. Now, what we do is we put that href before the word. So you see the word breakfast menu. This is just text right here. The strong here and right there, you have the word strong with brackets around it. And then here you have the / strong. That just simply means you're going to bold that. So we wanted that to be bold because we want it to stand out. This text here is not bold. And of course, anything that's linked is in a different color than the stuff that doesn't hyperlink. And then you see right below that, we have a new href, which is now the bakery menu. That's the second one down, and it's the same concept. You have the target equals blank. Right after that, you have strong, bakery menu, strong again. Then you have these little brackets that have to be in place, and then it starts over again. And then here is the lunch menu, and it goes from there. So that's kind of how that is laid out. Now I'm going to close that. You saw that was the top one. Now I'm going to expose the second one. That's what we did here with this cake prices. And so all we have is view our, because we wanted the word view our not to be hyperlinked, and we wanted the cake prices to be hyperlinked. So we then list in our href or our URL where we want it to go to, and that's what we did here. We then put the strong because we wanted the cake prices in bold, and that's what's listed here. And then you have to close it out and do all these little closure type of HTML code. And that's what you do. Now I'll show you on the middle one. It's the same concept. Here is the find us in Fort Worth widget, or the image. That's what we got listed here. We list your phone number, have a couple of page breaks, hard returns, click in an interactive map. And then this is just this whole thing is, we get into Google Maps and said, find us the link over to your site. We did that. Now what we did was, to get this, we simply went into Google Maps, and once they, I think they gave us a picture of what it could look like, we just took a snapshot of that and created an image. And so in this case, after we've done the href right there, we then wanted to have an image source, and so we wanted to pull up a picture, very similar to what you do up here. It's looking for this image source. It's looking for a picture, and that's what these little things are here. But it's also what this image. This is just simply an image that we link, so that when people click on it, it takes them directly to Google Maps. Okay. And so this is simply an image of what we created, which was the map data, and this is the size of it that we wanted, so that it fits nice and neatly in between the sections right here. We wanted to fit almost the same width apart as this red box, and that's what we did on that one. The last one is the bottom right sidebar, text box, same thing. There's the uncake image there, and you have the white, we call it the uncake text. If you ever wanted to change the text here and add something, you could. And then to click here to learn more about the uncake, that's just an href, and then there's the title right after that. We put a little thing here because we wanted the space, because it looked kind of funny, because it had, I think it had the word the and then uncake below, so we wanted it to kind of wrap around. So we kind of put a hard return, which is kind of what that is. And you go from there. So if you ever wanted to put something else underneath this, all you could do is just do your copy paste and put that right, something along these lines like this, and it would probably do something very similar to what you want to do. Okay. Anyway, that tells you a little bit about how to change the items here. Again, it gets a little trickier with the text as well as the HTML code. But again, we hope it is helpful for you. If you need questions, let me know.